For my presentation, I did wolves, how they interact with their environment. Wolves are able to live in Arctic tundras, to desert forests, to mountains, to scrublands. However, particularly in Minnesota, they live in deciduous forests. This is where there are few coniferous or evergreen trees, and the leaves fall off the trees each fall. The average precipitation is around 75 to 100 centimeters per year, and temperatures ranges from negative 30 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius, and it includes species such as squirrels, deer, fox, oak, and maple. It also has well-defined seasons. There are hot summers and cold winters. That's the biome. Energy flow, you can see, starts all the energy starts with grass and plants, and then it goes up to secondary consumers, and then it goes up to primary consumers. So, impact: wolves contribute to their environment by thinning out the deer herd and keeping it healthy by targeting the old and sick. They also control rabbit populations. Wolves are at the top of the ecological pyramid. All energy available begins in plants, which is consumed by primary consumers such as deer, antelope, and buffalo. The amount of energy and the resources diminishing by 90% at each trophic level. Then these are consumed by secondary consumers, which only get 1 out of 100th of the available energy. Down here, there's more mass than up here. So if this were 1,000, 110. Wolves come later in the nitrogen cycle when they consume a primary consumer, such as a deer. They use nitrogen for the synthesis of key organic compounds such as amino acids, proteins, and nucleic acids. They then give nitrogen back in the form of waste. Phosphorus cycle: the main reservoir for phosphorus is in rock and soil. It gets eroded into streams and lakes, consumed by plants, which in turn get consumed by primary consumers. These primary consumers get eaten by the wolf, and other secondary consumers, each time the amount of phosphorus getting smaller. Finally, it is deposited back into the earth in the form of waste. Water cycle: wolves get their water from natural springs and lakes, as water is on its way to oceans or lakes and evaporation. Carbon cycle: carbon is found in the air, water, and earth. Carbon works its way up to the wolf by being consumed by primary consumers, which in turn are consumed by our wolf. Population and distribution: population of wolves resembles a clump dispersion because they live in packs that live and hunt together. However, if you were to look at their dispersion, the dispersion of the packs, you would find a uniform dispersion. In northern Minnesota, the wolf population is following an exponential growth rate due to strict recovery programs in the Great Lakes region. Limiting factors include available territory, prey populations such as deer, rabbit, and moose. Carrying capacity also depends on the number of deer, rabbit, and moose, and the available territory. As the human population continues to grow and move into more rural parts, less territory is available to the wolves. Prey species will get pushed out and leave little food for wolves, which will either follow the prey or look for a new food source. Often someone's pet or livestock, causing friction between humans and wolves. Many would die of starvation and or competition. In the deciduous biome, threats to biodiversity include logging, pollution, and urban growth as towns and suburbs expand into the wilderness and driving out wildlife. Until 1965, there was a bounty on all predators, including wolves. Between 65 and 74, there was an open season on wolves and a predator control program. During this time, there was an estimated 250 animals taken each year, with an estimated 350 to 700 animals in the wild. 74, the open season was closed, and the wolf was listed under the Endangered Species Act. Currently, hunters and wildlife specialists are trying to have a wolf hunting season to help reduce the numbers of wolves that have exceeded the original goal of the Endangered Species Act. This hunt would help poor deer populations and help reduce diseases spread around wolves. Also, it would help relieve friction between livestock owners and pet owners. And there you have it. Bye.